Hi everybody, welcome to Brookdale Farm. Today I thought I might introduce you to our cattle and we'll go and have a bit of a look at our crops and see how they're growing. We have 4.2 cattle. I'll explain the 0.2 in a little while. This is Moo, our bull. He was named by the neighbour's 6-year-old. He's a very friendly animal. He's a Drought master bull. This is an Australian breed of bull. They're very hardy and they go really well up north in the pastoral areas. So, hey Moo, how are you going, hey? He's a really friendly bull. You can, when he's sitting down, you can actually walk right up to him and sit on his back. We'll walk over here. So our bull and our 2 cows are both rescue animals. They came out of a feedlot and they were hand reared, they're quite tame. These 2 are a little less tame than Moo. On the left here is Rocket. She, we believe, has a bit of Red Angus in her, crossed with we're not sure what. She's called Rocket because when we got her she was the little red calf, so she's named after the band and the song, because of the band and the song. And she has a largish calf at the moment over here. Oh, the 2 calves are together. I'm not sure if I can get close enough to show you both of them. This is, the larger calf here is Rocket's calf, and the little calf here is Frankie, a new calf. She's only about a month old. So she is the 0.2 of a cow we have. Hey bullhead. So the steer, the larger calf here, doesn't really have a name at the moment. He's probably not going to get one. And there is Frankie over there. Hey Frankie. We'll walk over here to Cowpurnia. Cowpurnia is named from the character into Kill a Mockingbird. She's a little bit standoffish. She's got a bit of Jersey cow in her crossed with something, I'm not sure what. She produces an awful lot of milk. So we do milk her when she doesn't have a calf on her, but at the moment she's got a newborn calf, so we won't be milking her for a little while yet. Hey Cowpurnia, how are you going, hey? Hey Pod. But she's quite a nice animal too. Hey Cowpurnia. Hey Pod. So that's our very small herd of cows, and
who killed him? You're hungry, Baba.
So we all know that if we want locally produced fruit and vegetables, they are a seasonal product. We can't grow tomatoes in our climate all year round. If we want tomatoes out of season, we either need to grow them in hothouses or shade houses, or transport them a long distance to where we are. Here in Western Australia, we're in the southwest of Western Australia where we are, we're lucky that when things are out of season here, they are often in season in the north of Western Australia through the Kimberley and up in Kununurra. This is, however, 2,000 kilometres of food miles that we need to transport. Now, our meat, our beef, our lamb are actually the same. If we want grass-fed beef and lamb, that is actually a seasonal product as well. It's normal to slaughter our grass-fed animals in spring and early summer when they are nice and fat from all the grass they've been eating. If we want good quality meat outside of those times, we either need to bring it down from the Kimberleys or we need to put it in a feedlot to put the weight on to bring it up to the size we need before we can slaughter it and eat it. Now, unfortunately in Australia we have followed the American method of feedlotting, where they expect the cattle to be on an incredibly high protein diet. Now, they actually can't use all this protein, so a lot of the feed goes straight through them, and the grain that we are feeding them is cracked before it is fed to them, and then comes out undigested, looking pretty much the same in their poo. This causes a lot more methane as it breaks down. Grass-fed animals actually produce less methane than feedlot animals. When we are feeding them grass, we also supplementary feed some grain to ours, but they need the hay and the grass as fibre to help their gut bacteria break down the protein, and then they can utilise it much better. We know that we don't need to give them this level of protein to make them gain weight. It actually makes the animals unwell, and we can cut the protein back and still get a good weight gain on them. So, unfortunately, we all do need to eat, but feedlotting isn't necessarily the best way of getting our meat out of season. Cowpats can be a bit of a major problem in pasture. Where they land, the grass ends up being too rich for the cattle to eat, so you end up with all these blobs of grass around the paddock that the cattle can't eat, and nothing grows right where the cowpat is, and it's quite hard to break them up. We're very lucky here because we've got dung beetles, and they bury the dung. So all this fresh dirt soil that you can see here under this pile of cow manure is actually dirt that the dung beetles have brought up to the surface as they are bringing the dung down into the ground. This makes for really healthy soil when you get the dung down up to about 1/2 metre. So it helps build your topsoil, build the carbon and the humus into your soil, but also gets rid of the large lumpy bits of dung. I'll show you another cowpat just up here that is really quite impressive. So this large cowpat here has been almost completely buried by the dung beetles. I have seen them digging in soil that is almost too hard for me to plough. I don't know how they do it, but they can dig in just about concrete and bury manure in there. When evening comes, you can hear the dung beetles flying around. They've got quite an impressive sound to them. They almost sound like a military transport aeroplane, the low drone of the low flying, slow going propeller aeroplanes. They're really quite incredible animals. Okay, so these are the dung beetles that I was talking about. They're a scarab type beetle that's about 10 to 15 millimetres long. And they're a nice looking beetle. You can see where the shell on the back splits and the wings come out when they are flying. I don't know what's happened to these ones. There's a few dead ones here. They may have got waterlogged in the rain and then affected by the frost we were having. But yeah, these are a great beetle. Alright, thank you very much, and I hope you've learned something from this. See you next time. Bye.